Welcome back to the channel. It's Andy. We're back with FM23 and IFK Goteborg. A chance for another trophy today. Malmö in the cup final. We won this last year, but we also lost to Malmö both times in the league last year. So going for a bit of revenge, going for another trophy. Let's see if we can do it. We've got a bunch of league games from off camera to go through as well, and you know the results have been good, so we'll see what's been happening there. And then next time we might get into some European football if we get that far down the line, but we'll have to wait and see. As always, if you're enjoying the series, drop a like, leave comments and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on, check to the second channel down below. Also going to be doing a bit of a FM24 reaction / what we know so far. That'll be out a little bit later this week. FM24 just around the corner. As far as a save, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I haven't really thought about it, but you know, FM24's not far away now. So we kicked off a brand new league season last time out, and we got a win against Landskrona. We went behind, but the home side went down to 10 men. Josef Johansson equalised for us, and then Maxi won a penalty late on, which he converted to get us 3 points in our opening fixture. Played a grand total of 10 games off screen, first of which was our first 0-0 against Malmö, second league game of this season, and it was a goalless draw, a very close game, both sides defended well, and it's the first time we've had a 0-0. 20 meetings between the two teams in this save, that's the first time we've had a goalless draw. We were impressive away from home against Mjällby as we won convincingly. We scored after 22 minutes, and it was Boyle setting up Mathieu, the South African, for the first goal. And 10 minutes later, we made it 2-0, and it was again Boyle getting involved with the football. Mathieu this time with the assist, and Johansson managing to beat the goalkeeper and get the goal to make it 2-0. And there was a brace late on Mathieu in the 89th minute, slotting it around the goalkeeper. And then in injury time, Trajsevski set up Mathieu for his hat-trick as we won by 4 goals to 0. Then we were away against Elfsborg and actually went 1-0 down in 64 minutes. Great ball finds Adams in space and he beats the keeper, and it's 1-0 to Elfsborg. But we did equalise just a minute later, Nissen with a header, and it was in by Pavlov Barbas for us to equalise. And we got the winner in the 85th minute. It was against Govski, and Andrej can combine it down the right hand side. Great ball over the top, and it's Alexander Marti with his goal to get the winner for us in the 85th minute. Marti, the guy that signed for us from Young Boys in Switzerland. He's got 3 goals in 7 so far. He's had a great start to his career here at Göteborg. Then we were at home against Djurgårdens and went 1-0 down once again, 16th minute of the match, and it was 1-0 to Djurgårdens with Gonzalez getting the goal. We equalised though with 75 minutes on the clock. Corbinian Fischer with a great long ball found Mathieu. Keeper was well off as like Mathieu went round him and put it into the open goal to save us a point. Then away against IFK, we went 1-0 down again, and it was inside 5 minutes this time. Vinloff with the ball, and it was headed in from point blank by Frankelino G. We were 1-0 down for I think the 3rd game in a row. 40th minute of the match though, we did equalise, and it was Genskovski setting up Mathieu to make it 1-1. And in the 27th minute we took a 2-1 lead, and it was Melvenberg sending through Mathieu once again, and it was 2-1. We come from behind and we were now in front. And then Antonio Carlos decided to be him and got a 3rd goal in the 59th minute. His free kick came back to him, and it was a good 35 yards out, and he just did it all by himself. Antonio Carlos, his first goal for the club, and that's how he gets it. He's going to be an exciting player. Carlos, a man that we got from Brazil, 19 years of age, and he's improving all the time. Really like how he's developing. Then we were against Degerfors, and it was 1-0 after just 8 minutes on Draker with a free kick. And with just 12 minutes on the clock, we doubled our lead. Marti with the ball over the top, finds Mathieu. Mathieu scores, and it's 2-0 after just 12.5 minutes. 27th minute of the match, Mathieu sets up Marti. Antonio Carlos is free, beats the goalkeeper, it's 3-0. Marti set up Mathieu for the club's 4th goal and his 2nd on 56.5 minutes. And then Ondrejka set up Mathieu for a hat-trick on 83 minutes as we won by 5 goals to 0. Djurgårdens also end the match with 10 men. And then away from home against Östers, Mathieu picked up exactly where he left off, and we were 1-0 up in just seconds. Mathieu with the ball out to Ondrejka on the left-hand side. Ondrejka with a cross, Reaper's header diverted in by Mathieu after just 18 seconds. And with less than 7 minutes on the clock, he scored to make it 2-0. Antonio Carlos with the ball over the top. Mathieu onside, beats the goalkeeper 2-0 with less than 7 minutes on the clock. And then with 25 minutes on the clock, Mathieu is gifted his 3rd goal with a hat-trick. He just completely intercepted the pass and gets his hat-trick in the first half. We scored a fourth goal in the second half, 53rd minute of the match. Mathieu this time with the assist, Antonio Carlos with the goal, his third so far for the club, and it's a 4-0 win. Then we were away against promoted Trelleborg. Mathieu had got a penalty inside 10 minutes to make it 1-0. He doubled our lead with a header in the 37th. Trelleborg went down to 10 men, and we got a third goal on the 91st minute. Mathieu with, I think, his third hat-trick in as many games. Yes, Mathieu got 3 hat-tricks in 3 games, and he also got one against Mjolby as well. So he got 4 hat-tricks in 8 games. That is ridiculous. He failed to score against Halmstad, but we still won this one by 2-0, and it was Ondrejka getting the first goal in the 29th minute. And the second goal came on the 55th minute. Mathieu this time with the ball to Ondrejka, and Ondrejka set up Alexander Marti with their header, and we won by 2-0. So Mathieu got 4 hat-tricks in those games off camera. We won all but 2, unbeaten so far, draws against Malmö and Djurgårdens, but we're doing well. We currently have a 2-point lead over Malmö. Both of us are unbeaten, but Malmö have 3 draws to our 2. We've scored 29 goals, conceded 5. Malmö have conceded just 2 goals though. But Mathieu already has 16 league goals in 11 games and has 21 in all competitions. So he's absolutely flying at the moment. You know, Mercado is very, very good, but Mathieu is still scoring for fun. And he is wanted by Tottenham Hotspur, and their summer transfer window is coming up. I'm just wondering, do we get Mathieu on a new deal? He does have a couple of years left on this deal. We might get on a new contract. In fact, let's try and do that now. Let's discuss the contract with the agent. He's an important player at the moment. He might want star player. He's not prepared to renew his contract at this time as a result of the interest being shown in him from elsewhere. So the Spurs' interest is calling him. Hopefully it dies down, because if they start bidding, he's going to want away, isn't he? But well, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's jump into the cup final against Malmö. Let's see if we can win a trophy. We defeated Braga and Djurgårdens with a combined 11 goals to get here. Meanwhile, Malmö defeated Sirius and then Elfsborg. Genskovski's carrying a bit of a knock at the moment, a slight groin injury, but it looks like he's okay. Finster of the midfielders out for a couple of weeks with a groin injury of his own, and Sawadogo's also out with a back injury for another 2 to 3 weeks. One thing I should mention is, of course, we started the season with Dahlberg injured. He's back to full fitness, but Guillermo Bilbao has been playing every league game for us, and he's impressed. He's going to keep his place in goal today in a cup final. He's been so good for me. Looking at his form, like his ratings have been good. He's keeping clean sheets. His average rating is 7.13. He is going to get his game in the cup final today. Dahlberg is back and fully fit, but Bilbao has not put a foot wrong, so I can't in good consciousness drop him. So he plays behind that back four. Yusuf and Boyle are our first choice pairing in midfield at the moment. Ondrejka and Antonio Carlos are performing well out wide. Mathieu and Marti are the strikers we're going to go for. Difficulty with his cup games is you only get 7 subs, so you've got to really think about who you want on your bench. But I think we've got a good enough team, and hopefully we can get the result here. We lost both games against Malmö in the league last season. We had a rare goalless draw at the start of this one. Let's see how the cup final goes. Hoping that the Genskovski risk is not going to bite us, because he is carrying a bit of a knock, but he looks fully fit. I guess we'll wait and see, and let's see how this game unfolds here. We've lost the ball. Is there going to be a red card here? Manu Sanchez has been sent off inside 4 minutes. What a start to this game. Malmö are already down to 10, and now they have a corner kick with 14 minutes on the clock. Can we deal with it? Nissen has, but the danger's not gone. And that was a strong challenge by Boyle, but it hasn't come off and it hasn't resulted in a foul, but the shot's wayward. We've got a man advantage and we're very early in this game still. I am going to push up the pitch and go for that high block. We're going to go a little bit more direct and see if we can get something now, because we have this extra man. It's going to help us. Here's Spendy. He's got a bit of work to do here, and he's got a big wall to break down. Here's Borges. Back to Yunus Emre. And Estevez going over the top looking for Spendy, who's gotten away from the defenders here. And, oh, it's off the bar. We've got unlucky there. Malmö with a big chance. Half time, 0-0. But also Malmö forced into an injury. Gigovic has come off. So, you know, we've got a good place we're in here. But we need to take advantage of it. We've had just one shot on target. Malmö, despite the disadvantage, have probably been the better side. We need to do better than this. So I'm going to go for an encourage. Start the second half. We've got an attack in. We're going to go for this. But again, they've still got that 4 in the back. And they've still got those defensive midfielders. Is that Dennis Collender? I think we had him on loan for a bit, didn't we? Dennis Collender, 28 years of age. We did. We had him on loan. He was pretty good, actually. Sort of a makeshift right back for us. But you wouldn't think that we've got the extra man looking at this game, because it's been pretty lackluster from us, honestly. Genskovski's going to come off. He's not had a good game and he's struggling as well. So Lysenko is going to come on. I'm also going to take off on Draku, who's had a pretty poor game today. We're going to bring on Eric Andre and move Antonio to the left. Demand more shout. We should be doing better than this with 10 men. 4th minute that red card was. And we've shown really no signs of creating anything. And we might well be going to extra time here. So the longer this goes, the less chance Malmö have. But I really think we should have scored by now. Now we've given away a penalty. Paul Boyle fouling Lokisha in the box. And with 20 minutes to go, Malmö have a penalty here. And the 10 men could be going in front if Bilbao can't save it. Do you know what? If Dahlberg had been in goal, he might have saved that. Because Dahlberg has saved several penalties in this save. He's been phenomenal for that. But Bilbao's form could not go unignored. Malmö with 10 men take a 1-0 lead thanks to the penalty. And we are up against it here. And we might be losing this cup. And it's been 11 versus 10 for almost the entire match. That's disappointing from us. I'm going to take off those underlaps. I'm going to try and exploit the middle because they don't have that attacking midfielder. I'm going to go more direct as well and just see what we can do here. It's been a disappointing performance by us. We've got less than 10 minutes to go. Let's make some changes. Marty's not done well today, so Johansson's going to come on. We're going to go Berg in place of Boyle and Trashevsky in place of Carlos. Yeah, it's been a disappointing one today. But here comes Paul Boyle. And there might be something here. Looking for Max here, but can't quite find him. Boyle is about to come off, but it might have one final involvement here. Yusuf. Maxier was miles offside there. That early red card, I was really positive, but I've been very disappointed by this. Malmö's penalty is going to give them the win here. We've just lost against 10 men for almost the entire match. I don't want to watch Malmö win a cup after that. What are you doing, guys? 11 versus 10 for 86 minutes, and we barely created a chance. That was not good. I mean, the match stats in the end were fairly similar, but Malmö still had the possession. Like, despite the man disadvantage, their central attacking midfielder was the guy that I've got sent off, and that's just how they set up with the 2 DMs. So they were still, you know, keeping their shape, really. Still had that front three. So it was the left-back Sanchez that got sent off. So they moved to basically take off Veloso and get a left-back on. So they still had the same setup with the back 6 essentially. It proved difficult to break down. They knew what they were doing. They had a game plan. So we've just handed the cup to Malmö after that thanks to a penalty. And that's also... So that is 6 finals in a row now. We have a 50% win ratio. We've won 3, we've lost 3. And that might well be the last cup of the save as well. FM23's just round the corner. That might be our last cup final. But we'll have to wait and see. League is going well though. We haven't lost a game yet. We are just ahead of Malmö, but only by a couple of points. So hopefully we can stay in front of them. We do face them away from home shortly. So that might be something to do next time. Or we could jump ahead and do something like Djurgårdens. Then we've got Malmö coming up away from home. We've got a long break. It's a World Cup year. I just realised it's a World Cup year. So we've got a long break now. We don't have a match for 37 days. So I think we'll have to get some friendlies in there for those players that aren't playing in the World Cup. Where is it taking place? We're in 2030. Where's this World Cup going to be? Of course, 2026 we know is going to USA, Canada and Mexico. It's the centenary. So it may well be in real life that it goes to, I think, Uruguay and... is it Uruguay, Colombia and Peru or something like that? Let's have a look. It's actually being hosted in Spain. France won it in 2026, so they will try and defend it and win a 3rd World Cup in 4 tournaments. Sweden in the World Cup, just out of interest. Do we have Sweden in the World Cup? We do. They've got a difficult group though with Mexico and Tunisia. England have got Cameroon and South Korea. So I guess when we come back, we'll have a look at what happened in the World Cup and who won it. Maybe there's a big surprise in there. So we've got a long summer to get through, of course, transfer window as well. So we might well have some new faces and hopefully we can hold on to our best players. As we saw, Spurs were sniffing around Maxier. So hopefully we'll have everyone when we come back. We might have a couple of new players. I think we'll probably do a league game around here around the end of July. Maybe Malmö, maybe Djurgårdens. And then after that, we'll focus on Champions League because that will be starting up around September time again. And hopefully this time we can progress through the Champions League phase, get through to the knockouts in a kind of last hurrah before FM24 comes out. Getting out of the Champions League, that's going to be the goal in the next few videos. Hopefully we can do it. But next time, I think we'll do a league game sort of end of July, start of August. See how the World Cup went. See if we've still got all of our players. See if we're still unbeaten. See if Maxier can get any more hat-tricks. that's kind of where we are. So yeah, that's what we've got coming up. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new. Turn notifications on. Check out the second channel down below. And yes, next time we'll do a league game. We'll check out the World Cup, and we'll see if we're still unbeaten, and maybe see what we've got coming up in the Champions League as well. I don't know when we'll get those draws, but I'm excited to see who we got this year. And you know, we need to try and get through, so fingers crossed we get some teams that we can beat, and then actually successfully beat them as well. Let's not have another Slava Bratislava on our hands. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.